Hi, this is Laura from LIVEVISIONZ.com, and I just wanted to talk to you about Pluto retrograde and what it means for each and every sign. Before I get into it for each and every sign, let's talk to you a little bit about Pluto. Pluto is a planet of transformation, change, endings, right? It is the planet of power struggles and power plays. It is also the planet, are you going to be the phoenix rising above the ashes, or are you going to be the scorpion, right? It can be possessive, manipulative, controlling this planet. It can be make a person feel a great deal of intensity, change. It could transform you from the inside out. It could be very passionate and sexual, right? These are all things that Pluto embodies. Now, when it's direct, it creates over time changes in our life, endings in our life, transforms us on a deep soul level, right? It can create power struggles and power plays in our life too, depending on what house it's in, right? Um, when it goes retrograde, it's time to think and digest some of those changes that have already happened. And kind of like this is changes that have already happened, and we're just kind of digesting all of the things that have gone on. Now, this retrograde, Pluto's going back into Capricorn. Um, yes. The Pluto retrograde enters Capricorn on, let's see, this goes June 11th through October 11th. It'll be in Capricorn. Now, you're going to already know Capricorn. You've already experienced some of this in your chart already, since it is ingress. It is move forward out of that sign, right? And now it's ingressing backwards back into Capricorn. This is going to be affecting, I want to say, most people. Let me check here. This is really going to be affecting the fixed signs the most, even though it's retrograding back into Capricorn. It's the late degrees of Capricorn, so it'll be squaring Jupiter and the North Node in Taurus. It's going to be squaring the South Node in Scorpio, and it's going to be opposing Venus in Leo. And what does that mean? It means that, where you wanting to expand and where you're wanting to go, some of these changes that have already happened, maybe you're not comfortable, especially if you have planets in Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo. This could be more challenging. Fixed signs have more difficulty dealing with the Grand Cross because you're not as changeable. You could be more stubborn or more fixed in your thinking, and really not want so much change, right? The mutable signs kind of go with the flow. Cardinal signs kind of, just take action. So, but the hardest ones can be the ones that are happening right now. So I want to say, aside from Capricorn, which is a cardinal sign, it is affecting all of the fixed signs by squares. So it could make people feel like, I kind of have this change and I don't really want it, kicking and screaming. I don't like this change, feeling that kind of energy. And this would have already happened. You're digesting some of the changes that have already gone on. And let me just check something in May. In May. Okay, May 1st, Pluto went retrograde at 0 degrees Aquarius, okay? And it goes back into Capricorn on the June 11th. Now, it's not going to go direct until 27 degrees Capricorn, just so you know. So it's going to go back all the way to 27 degrees, and then when it goes forward, it'll go back into Aquarius again. So what does this mean for each and every sign? Okay, let's talk about it. Aries, for you, you're rethinking and reevaluating your status. Now, Pluto was here many years in which you had to rethink and reevaluate your title in life, your relationship title, your career title, you name it. Rethinking. Some of you went through divorces. Some of you got married. Some of you had kids. Some of you had a new job. All of these things could have happened. But now it's you rethinking and reevaluating some of these changes that have already happened, and you're digesting it, right? Where could you go kicking and screaming, do you ask? You could go kicking and screaming when it comes to finances. Trying to expand your finances. You may be like, this changes in my status, make it difficult maybe. But Jupiter's helping you. I'll be honest with you. Jupiter's giving you a big boost in your income, which is nice. So it's not as bad. Jupiter is opposing Venus in your 4th house of home and family. So maybe you have other family members who are like, well, you're trying to do something for your status, your career, and maybe they're not on board. You're having some resistance. Or maybe you need more money with family too. Venus is love and money. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let me see. What do we have? Oh, okay. It's opposing the South Node in Scorpio. So there's something you're letting go of here when it comes to joint resources, joint finances, right? And that could be difficult, right? A partner's income, something you're letting go. Maybe it's a loan, or maybe you got support before and now you're not. So there's something difficult here where you're trying to change your status and you're getting maybe resistance from family as far as money or love. And you're trying to also grow your money, and it's a little challenging. But let me tell you, Jupiter is helping you out in a big way in that 2nd house. So thank you, Jupiter. All right. Taurus, for you, where's this Pluto playing out? For you, Taurus, you are rethinking and reevaluating again, teaching, writing, publishing, contracts, people and places at a distance, long distance travel, imports, exports, continuing higher education. Maybe there were stops and starts, but again, your opinion could have been transformed in some way. Now, the parts, okay, now you have gone through this for a long time, this transformation in this area of your life for many, many, many years. But now you may feel this challenge within you. So maybe you're changing your belief system, but it's a little hard, to change your mind on something, or your thinking, or your belief. Or maybe you're transforming something to, I don't know what this is. Yeah, I want to say maybe something is transforming for you within a teaching, writing, publishing job or something like that. And it's not sitting well with you. I don't know. Now, Pluto is opposing Venus in the 3rd house of communication. So what I believe and what you believe, or what you say, this could be challenging. You could be challenged by other people's thoughts or opinions, right? Now, what you're letting go of something with partnership, business partnership or career partnership. There's something that needs to transform here, and maybe a little hard for you. You could be a little kicky. Everyone's kicking and screaming, but just in a different area, okay? Okay. All right, Gemini. The changes that you will have to digest that are happening in your life have to do with transformation to maybe other people's support, joint resources, joint finances, intimacy. This could be an intimate connection. Maybe that's a change for you, or having another person's resources. Maybe the resources are changing. An intimate connection could have changed. All of these things could have changed for you. And, it's creating a lot of change maybe in your subconscious. You're growing subconsciously, but behind the scenes you have luck, okay? But you feel it's just difficult, right? And it's opposing your money house, my money versus your money. So maybe there's changes in other people's support, emotional support or physical support, and that could maybe financial, and that could be tight for you. You're like, wow, my money versus your money, this is going to be hard. And there's something you need to let go of. Maybe you had to let go of work and day-to-day activities, something you're doing on a day-to-day basis needed to change, right? Maybe something not even let go of, but maybe you just needed to change something here that was difficult, right? All right. Cancer, for you, this is having you, you're digesting some of the changes that have happened within a partnership, a relationship, and I think for you, something maybe, friends, groups, and organizations, or expanding your friends, groups, and organizations could be difficult. You're going to have new friends coming into your life, but maybe, this could have been challenging dealing with friends, maybe after a transformation within a partnership, whether you got married or divorced or something like this, or a new business partnership. Now, there's a lot of opposition between you when it comes to the way you love or the way you handle money and this other person, okay? Now, I feel what you're letting go of, there's a change with children, creative projects, or just romance in general that maybe is challenging for you, okay? So that is what I'm seeing, okay? So, but these changes have already, I'm going to tell you, this partnership stuff is already done. you're just dealing with the aftermath of this. How are we going to proceed? That's kind of what it is. And there's a little challenges, I would say, in your 5th house of children, creative projects, romance, your friendship house, and your house of self with the way you love or handle money. Okay. Leo, for you, I feel like you're having some change. You're rethinking, reevaluating some of the changes that have already happened within your work or your day-to-day activities. And some of you could have been health. Okay. These would have already happened, right? So, and you're feeling like challenged when it comes to your status. I'm trying to grow my status. How am I going to do this when my work is changing or something is changing here on a day-to-day basis for me, right? Now, the way you get in your own way could be subconsciously. There could be self-talk that is not okay when it comes to love and or money, or you could be very secretive about love and money too. But I think this is subconscious talking that gets in your way here. What you need to let go of, or you need to let go of, maybe this is something to do with family or home that is changing. There's a change of home here that feels maybe challenging for you. Like, why is this happening? With the South Node in the 4th house, there's something about home and family you're letting go of. And that feels challenging. So maybe, something changed on your day-to-day basis that is hard for you, that you're digesting when it comes to your status. So some of you guys could have moved or something, right? And Venus in the 12th house, it could have been maybe part of the change that happened on a day-to-day basis. Maybe somebody moved out or something, and you're not, or they're not around you anymore. Venus in the 12th house could feel a little bit lonely with love. So, but actually, no, my mistake. Venus is in the 1st house. I'm doing Venus. Venus is in Cancer now. Venus will be in the 12th house for you at that time. So I feel for you, this could be challenging when it comes to love and romance, maybe because of your day-to-day basis, what you're doing on a day-to-day. That could be too. So keep that in mind. Okay, Virgo friends, you're rethinking and reevaluating some changes that are going on within children, creative projects, or romantic situation. This would have already happened, and you're digesting some of these changes, right? And for you, I feel maybe you're trying to expand, higher education, higher learning, teaching, writing, publishing. It's challenging for you. Maybe you're trying to communicate with people at a distance, or I don't know what this is. Maybe some of you are even trying to travel, but there's difficulty here, right? But there's some change. Maybe this is legal, okay? But there's a change that's going on with children that feels, or a creative project or a romantic situation that feels difficult. You may feel like through your subconscious thinking about love, money, romance, it just feels difficult here. What else? What you need to let go of is some form of communication, right? There's a change in communicating, right? So I don't know. These changes that happened with children has already happened, and maybe you're working on changing the way you're communicating with kids or about kids, or a romantic situation, or a creative project. And maybe you're trying to, could be expand your mind, expanding your education, or a child. Maybe you're trying to teach, write, or publish something. It just feels difficult, and it has to do with the changes that are going on with kids. And maybe some of you are making money behind the scenes too, that maybe you're not telling anybody about, but it could just feel like difficult here. You're getting opposition maybe here. So just keep that in mind. I don't know. Let me know. Libra, for you. Let me see. Okay. This is you rethinking and reevaluating changes that are going on in your home and family sector. Okay. Which you've dealt with this for a very long time prior. So now you're going back to it, right? Going back to home where you used to live, or rethinking and reevaluating a family situation that has already ended. And for you, I want to say, could be challenging within money, whether there's money they owe you, joint resources, joint finances, right? And you may also, you know, you feel like you're letting go of money. So maybe it's what you owe somebody and then also what they owe you. And maybe you're having to let go of some money here, which is difficult. And there's an opposition here between, you know, I want to say your home situation and maybe, you know, I want to say something, your friends, groups, and organizations, right? There's an opposition here having to do with money or love. I think it's money, to be honest. But, you know, there's you have somebody opposing you here in the home and family sector. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing for you. Scorpio, for you guys, I see changes going back to the third house, how you communicate, short distance travel, communication, dealing with neighbors, siblings, right? You're rethinking going over this again. And you feel challenged within your status in some way, financially or relationship, because it's Venus, right? And you feel at odds here. There is something here that feels difficult as well, and it's growing with a partnership. And maybe this communication is difficult, right? Maybe this, you know, trying to change how I'm talking to you and trying to change how you're talking to me. I'm trying to change something with communication. I am letting go. You're letting go of something here. You're letting go of the way of communicating, I feel. Transforming how you communicate or how you associate with others. Could be that too. And you're rethinking and reevaluating things, how you handle this. And then expanding with a partner. I don't know why it's difficult here for you. And you feel challenged in your status as well. Anyway, okay, and that's relationship status or money status, okay? Sagittarius, for you, these changes are happening in your money sector. So they would have already happened. So because of some changes financially, okay, I see you at odds of, you know, maybe a contract, a legal contract involving finances, or teaching, writing, and publishing something for money. Or maybe love at a distance. Maybe it's hard. I can't see this person because I'm not making the money, right? Or, you know, sometimes it takes money to make money. But teaching, writing, publishing something to do with money here. And there's a transformation in your income, okay? Now, the difficulty is you're feeling challenged in your work and day-to-day activities, right? You're trying to do more things. And I see that. Now, what you're letting go of maybe is a subconscious way of thinking, right? You got to change your thinking about money in a way, and that's going to help you. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. All right, Capricorn. Now, this is happening for you. Transformation is happening for you as a person, right? And it has in the last, I don't know, 20 years, right? Pluto was here and it's coming back. You feel like changed, and you're rethinking and reevaluating some of these changes that have happened with you. And you may have had to let go of friends, groups, organizations that no longer served you. And maybe you're at odds with money you owe others, money they owe you. And there's a challenge here. Maybe somebody's saying you owe something. I don't know. But you're feeling really difficult. Things are feeling difficult with children, creative projects, or romantic situations because of whatever's going on here. So keep that in mind. Now, Aquarius, I see you. Changes are, you're rethinking, reevaluating. Some changes are happening on a subconscious level for you. And I feel maybe home and family situation is a little difficult, or trying to expand a home and situation is maybe challenging. But I'm seeing, and you could get challenged here from a partner. You may feel like you're feeling challenged here because of a partner when it comes to love and or money. What you need to let go of is some sort of belief maybe about status. That's what I'm seeing here. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Pisces. For you, okay. For you, I'm seeing changes happening when it comes to your friends, your groups, your organizations you're affiliated with, right? And you may feel challenged when it comes to your work and day-to-day activities and how you're bringing in money, right? Or maybe if it's love at a job, right? You feel challenged with friends, groups, and organizations. Maybe they don't allow employee dating or something. I don't know. But it looks like Pisces, there's some expansion with communication. There's some sort of something you're trying to do with communication that looks difficult with friends, groups, and organizations for you. Okay, so keep that in mind. What you need to let go of is you need to let go of a belief system. Maybe you're transforming friends, groups, and organizations because, and you're letting go of some sort of belief. Maybe ninth house. Ninth house is also teaching, writing, publishing, legal. But there's something you're letting go of here. And I think it has more to do with a belief about a friends, groups, organizations. Anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. Leave me comments if you want a personal reading from me. Links are below. And I love you. Again, go to my website. I have some new things that I'm offering. Relationship counseling, astrotherapy based on astrology, which I find can be very, very helpful. And yeah, let me know. Anyway, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing and listening to this video in its entirety. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.